Yeah, it's 8 weeks next Saturday, 8 weeks from Saturday, but like I say, I've been, I keep myself in the gym, but I've been taking over. I did go away a couple of weeks ago, because I was in a long camp for that last fight, and, and then I stayed in again, right up until the 16th of June. Obviously thinking that stuff was going to happen with other fights, maybe step in if the chance come, but I just stayed in the gym till the 16th, trained as if I would for a title fight, and then obviously it come to then not happen, so I went away on the 17th then. So
yeah, because your last fight where you should have been top, well you were top in the bill, but that again should have been for the central area.
Yeah.
Let down on numerous occasions, weren't you?
Yeah, a couple of like different changes all the way through that camp play.
Well, originally it was going to be Ben Wager, and then he fell out quite early on. I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks away, and then there was about 3 or 4 other people that were mentioned, and eventually it ended up just being an 8-round international fight, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, international belt against that Solano. Arnaldo Sonado. He come over from me.
Who gave you a good 8 rounds?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, he more or less moved. He moved all around. He was good. He was good with his movements and stuff. He was. I'd seen he'd won half of his fights.
Yes, he had.
And I know he when I'd watched him, because he only found out like about a week before. Yeah. And I'd watched him, and he was winning from counter. He was a counter. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was dead slick, good movements, countering. So I just knew just to stand my ground. And
I think was it a shutout? Was it?
Yeah, it was 8 rounds. Yeah, all 8 rounds. Yeah, it was.
So it's a nice 8 rounds in the bank.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Which is hopefully going to benefit you, because you've got an unbeaten kid, another VIP fighter in Shakeeb Ali from, I think he's from Blackburn. Yeah. And one of my tips a few years ago to go places. Yeah. And his career's been a little bit stop-start. He's not had a perfect run at it, but he has got a perfect record, and he does have a fantastic knockout against Liam Richards, which I think.
Oh, and the uppercut! Oh, that was a bad knockout.
Everyone's seen that. It was
give him that. Yeah, he stepped back and threw an uppercut and knocked him clean out. Yeah, which you know, not that you really see it, but everyone who's got these stoppages on the cards and all that, the TKOs, the knockouts, and you know, this kid's pulled a great knockout. Do you know what I mean? I'd say a knockout in a month. Do you know what I mean?
Well, let's put it this way. Yeah. In that year, that could have been the knockout of the year for the small hall shows.
Definitely, definitely.
I think we voted it. You know, myself, John Evans, and Aki were talking about knockouts in that year, and that was the one that got our votes.
Yeah, so. The timing was great on it. Do you know what I mean? You know, give him his due. The kid.
It was a snatch shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the film Snatch, where Brad Pitt steps aside and boom, takes out the big guy.
But he sent it up from an awkward position. He more or less step back to the side and threw it up, and he was you know, it was a good punch from him. I think that's his signature punch. You know what I mean?
But, I think all his stoppages have come with an uppercut.
From uppercuts, yeah. So he obviously likes that. So no, but it'll be good. It'll be good. A good test for him and for me. You know,
well, you're without doubt his best opponent, because the people that he's beat, what we'd have to say, are journeymen. Yeah. You've already stepped up on a few occasions. You fought for the English title against Lee Appleyard. I know things didn't go great on that night for you, but there was reasons. Yeah. So realistically, you know, this is at 34. This is a must-win fight for you, which makes you a dangerous man.
Definitely, yeah, but listen, every fight's a must-win fight for me. You know, I don't want to lose, I don't like to lose. And, you know, it's just, in my head, now it's a stepping stone. You know, he's a good, young, unbeaten kid that I can go and I wait for these fights. I fought nearly every other week as an amateur at these fights, beating the better kids. You know, not knocking them or nothing, but I beat top kids in the amateur. You know, I know it's a 10-round fight this time, but that suits me as well. So we'll see what happens on the 29th.
Well,
29th of September.
It was bizarre as well, you know. I was checking box rec. Not that I know both your records, but I was just checking to see where you were in the rankings. Yeah. Now you, prior to the Appleyard fight, had got yourself in a great position. I think you were what, number 15, something like that, 13, 15, something like that. Yeah. You obviously dropped down, but you two are right above one another.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
I think you're 32 and he's 33.
33, yeah. But I've noticed through the box rec's changed a couple of super lights. You know, the campaigning at lightweight and a couple of
well, you know, I don't really take too much with box rec. Outside of the top 10, I think, you know, there's guys in there. I think we've got a guy called Danny Wright, and he beat Mikey Saki his last fight out on the undercard of Josh Warrington against Lee Selby, and he beat him. He's ranked 27th, Danny Wright, and Mikey Saki, because he won the Southern Area title last time out, he's now ranked I think 10 places above him at 17. I've
seen it. I don't really take that into account when I look at box rec, because you know, it does. You know, there's kids there that I know are good fighters, and you see them round the 40 odd 50 mark. Do you know what I mean? Only because they've had a couple of fights, not knocked that many out, but you know, realistically the top fighters, you know, prospects to move on. But that's it, innit? I think you've just got to put, you know, if you want to go off a scorecard and see what's on paper, then, you know, try and do what you want and take your game plan off and try and suit everyone else looking at box rec. But in my head, where I am, I just want to go forward and every fight push forward. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, now
because obviously, you know, you want to get back for, you want to win this title, and then you want to be fighting for the English again, don't you? Because it's something that you would like, and then hopefully that could progress you towards the British. But you're in a weight division that is ridiculously hard. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but like I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to fight anyone. Do you know what I mean? I like. We've talked about it, me and Dave Tom. You know, we take everything as it comes. You know what I mean? Central area, English, British, yeah, we'll go that way. We'll take our time and go that way. But if a fight comes in for the British, if a fight comes in for the Commonwealth, we'll step right up for it and we'll go for it. Do you think you use your age as an advantage then now?
Do you know what? I've got better with age. You know what I mean? Like with me, I've calmed myself down a little bit. You know, obviously, as through my amateur career, I was a bit of a steamroller. Do you know what I mean?
I've heard that from people. They were saying to me, your box totally different as an amateur. You were a bit of an animal. Yeah,
that's it. But like, you know, but that was just to get in the ring, and I'd have a barnstorm for 3 rounds, and you know, the thing that got me as an amateur, my first like 5 fights, I'd knocked them out within like the first minute of the round. Do you know what I mean? So I was. It doesn't prove it in the pros, do you know what I mean? No. But as an amateur, I was a big puncher. But obviously it comes. But I just think as it goes on now, and as we go into the later rounds, and as we start fighting, my age is just making me a better and a more dangerous fighter, because, you know.
Well, these last, I mean, you've obviously your last 5 fights, you've picked up your blemishes. Let's say, you know, you had the 2 draws with Henry James, which, as we now know, is no disrespect, no disgrace, because the guy he's going through a purple patch, and he's beating people that no one expects him to beat, and he's causing upsets all over the place, and when he's not winning, he's giving hard fights to good fighters, and then obviously Lee Appleyard, who's an absolute beast as a lightweight.
He's a big lightweight.
He is a big lightweight. But do you think you've learned from those and found out more about yourself? And
definitely I've learned, and not just in boxing and how to fight. I've learned in camp, in preparation, in nutrition, in everything. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to go back to the English title fight, but you know, I changed everything. I did treat it like it was a world title. Do you know what I mean? I changed everything, from my strength to my nutrition to my strength and conditioning. I changed a lot of things rather than just taking my time and where I am now, I'm in a good place. Do you know what I mean? And now, you know, I'm doing everything that suits me. For obviously my age, everything that suits me from my time when I'm in the gym. You know, I'm training well at this moment in time. I'm in a
we've got to remember as well, you know, some people talk about, you know, training camps and this and that, but your life is one training camp really. You know, I know you step it up when you have to step it up, but generally you're never out of shape.
No, well I keep myself in shape. Don't get me wrong, I put the weight on like everyone does, but I always keep myself in shape, and I've done that since I was an amateur. Now I started late as an amateur, 21, but I was in good shape, do you know what I mean? And I kept myself in good shape, and I just feel I'm an old-fashioned trainer, do you know what I mean? I feel if you get out and do your road work, if you get out and you're strong and you're doing your strength, and you're in the gym, you know, sparring all the time, that's a fighter, do you know what I mean? That's a fighter in itself, and that's what we try and do.
That must benefit you having Robbie here as well.
Definitely, Robbie
Davis. Because he's you know, he's.
Do you know what? I've been around Robbie all the way through me boxing career, from when I started when I was 21. I used to go down and spar him as an amateur. I even ended up going to his boxing gym when our gym folded as an amateur.
Knowsley Vale, was that?
Yeah, the Knowsley Vale. Ended up I boxed Robbie in the ABA's finals. Right. Yeah, he beat me light, but it was a bit. Robbie Davis.
I believe he was a great fighter. A lot of people spoke about that one.
Yeah, he was skillful, very. He's technical. Now he's dangerous. Now as a pro, he's dangerous. He's put the man strength on. Do you know what I mean? Like when I boxed him, he was a kid, and he was just this a skinny 64-kilo lad, but he was he's technically classed. Do you know what I mean? But where I was that steamroller fighter coming in, throwing shots, and he was just picking me off. But yeah, now the shape he's in and the strength he's got with that that technicality, he's just literally, he hits you when you don't see them, do you know what I mean? And Robbie's one of them, when he sees danger, he pounces on you, do you know what I mean? So, you know, I think he's got it all, Robbie. I think he has got it all, do you know what I mean? So, it's proven now he's got a fight, he's got the British and Commonwealth against Glenn Foot. It's going to be a great night, so, you know, roll on for him on that one.
Right, well, obviously, your night is the 29th of September. Have we any local predictions?
I'll be winning, either way, whatever way, which way's what, you know what I mean? If he wants to come and fight, he comes and fights. If he wants to box, then we'll box.
So this means because I'd like to say, every time we put VIP fighters together, you've always delivered, and I don't think I've ever seen a bad fight, especially when there's a title on the line between VIP fighters. So I expect fireworks on the night. I expect a great performance from both of you.
Definitely.
And whoever wins.
If I believe I'm down after 4 or 5 rounds, then it's going toe to toe with him. I'm going to step right on him to win the fight. Do you know what I mean? If I believe I'm winning, I'll just and I'm winning easily, I'll just outclass him, and just it'll be a lesson learned for him. But we'll see what happens on the night. All I'm gonna do from now until that point is train the way I do, and that's it. I'll just turn up on that day and just stand in the ring, and I'll just do whatever comes naturally to me. Do you know what I mean? So it's great. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to these big. Anything that's got a prize on the end of it, it's mine, do you know what I mean? So
and in your hometown this time, because last time you had to go away from home, and so this time we're back at the Olympia, which is a cracking venue where there's been many memorable nights in boxing, especially for the Liverpool fighters. So good luck for them, and all I can say is the best man win.
Definitely, the best man win. Can I just thank all the sponsors, everyone who's helped me out with Dave Tonks, everyone in the gym, all my sponsors, for the local fellas. I've got Scott at the Liverpool Fabric Place, and Joe at Sterling Motors, Gaz at Caliper Wigan, Gary at SCC Camper Conversions, and if I've missed anyone out, thanks to everyone who's helping me out along the way, and it's another big fight for me, another top of the bill at the Liverpool Olympia, so we'll see what happens,
Alright mate,
good luck for them. Thanks a lot mate, thank you.
Bye Steve.
Bye.